Hey guys, Colin here. I am currently cutting weight. My wedding is at the end of October. Yay, wedding. I'm trying to look good in my tux, so I'm trying to cut as much body fat as possible between now and then. Got some to lose. Of course, the way to do that is with lean protein. A lot of people choose chicken because it's cheap and it's lean, chicken breast that is. But it can be boring, it can be hard to get down, it's dry, flavorless. So I have been making it this way. I call it Cool Ranch chicken breast, and it's made it a little bit easier to stick to my diet. Unless your name is Paul Barnett, and you can eat flavorless chicken, 6 times a day. For those of us who are not quite so savage, you might want to give this a try. So it's a pretty simple setup. Obviously you got your chicken breasts, get mine from Harris Teeter, and get McCormick Grill Mates cracked pepper and garlic with sea salt, some more sea salt, fine ground, some black pepper. I just get mine pre-ground. I know it's not as flavorful as if you grind it right before you use it, but this recipe is to be as lazy as possible. Every step of the way is going to be as lazy as possible. And then the star of the show is the Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning and salad dressing mix. It's powder. They also make one with like cayenne pepper ground up in it, but one kind of upsets my stomach because I eat it 5-6 times a day. And then also it's so finely ground that just opening the containers, like low grade pepper spray, it gets all up in your nostrils and stuff, and it's not a good scene. But you can get the spicy one too if you want to live dangerously. And then just got a standard, I think this is like a quarter sheet pan here, with a little aluminum foil on it just to help make cleanup a little easier. A little easier. So I'm going to show you how I break down this chicken with kitchen shears instead of doing it with chef's knife. It's easier, and again, we're all about being lazy here. Alright, so let's get these chicken breasts trimmed and cut up with the kitchen shears. Just opening my package here. There we go. So this is a chicken breast, and what I like to do is just trim some of the excess fat off with my shears here, return it to the package. This one's already pretty well trimmed, which is honestly why I like to get them from Harris Teeter. You can get cheaper chicken certainly from Costco or where have you, but oftentimes the cheaper chicken comes at a cost of it having not been trimmed as well by the butcher who had it before you. So with the chicken breast, I like to look at it with the rough side up, and you can see where the rib meat attaches here. There's going to be a lot of fat and some gristle. I like to remove this in just this way, starting here, hold and just trim, catching as little of the skin as possible. And I'll trim this gristle and vein here. And then I usually like to come in here where there's some silver skin, which can get a little tough. And I just come in with my knife just underneath it, snip, snip. And then again here, you can either take this completely off, or you can just make cuts, which will do the same thing. It helps avoid it from sort of toughening up when it cooks, because where this material is, it's not gonna stretch and contract rather as it cooks properly, and that can, in my experience, result in some chewy chicken. So now it looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to start cutting it up into pieces that are roughly the same size. So one cut there, and then I make thick, sort of inch wide cuts here through the remainder of the breast. And then each one of these pieces I'll cut into 2 or 3 pieces. Alright, and you can see how quick and efficient this is. I will say, compared to using a chef's knife, these kitchen shears, I can go through, you know, pounds of chicken this way without fatigue in my hand from holding the knife, which is nice. You know, when you're doing this all the time. You know, I'm cooking so much chicken throughout the week because I'm eating so much chicken throughout the week that, you know, any little trick that you can put into play to make it a little bit easier on yourself, for me, speaking for myself, that just makes it that much easier for me to stick to the diet. So, through the magic of YouTube, the rest of these chicken breasts will be cut up just like this. Alright, our chicken's all cut up. I'm just going to spread it out using my left hand on the sheet pan, so we can coat it evenly with the various spices. I'm using my left hand so that my right hand stays, you know, dry and uncovered in chicken stuff, so I can handle my containers safely. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I will start with the sea salt. Just I can't stress this enough, guys and girls and MBs, how important it is to just really carefully measure everything when you're doing this. As you can see, I am specifically using this amount of salt, this amount and no more. So you got to be really careful to just measure everything really specifically. Black pepper, a little bit of black pep, never hurt no one. Okay, looks good. Very carefully measure the black pep. Get this McCormick Grill Mates garlic and crushed herbs going. I'm just going to use the rest of what I got in here. I mean, I carefully selected this amount for the video because it's very important to measure everything exactly. Alright, looks good. And then the star, whoopsie poopsie. And then the star of the show is our ranch. And with this, again, so important to be careful with how much you're using, but you really want to be generous. Like, don't be shy with this stuff. This is where you're going to get the majority of your flavor from, and it really it makes the chicken palatable. I know it's not fun eating dry-ass chicken breast 5-6 meals a day for months on end, but yeah, so you can see I use quite a bit there. And then I'm just going to mix it up right here in the sheet pan. Just takes a few moments. Looks good. Mix it up. And then I will spread it back out again once it's all mixed up. You want your pieces to be, you know, close in size as possible, and spread out as much as possible so it cooks evenly. Of course, if I really cared to make this chicken delicious, more delicious, I'd, try to brown it and not crowd the pan like this, where it's gonna inevitably end up steaming. I'd put like a little a little sugar, on the outside so that it browns up nicely, but I don't have time for that. And stuff like sugar and added fats that aren't on the diet, just if you're like me right now, I'm trying to cut weight, you can't do that. You got to be really careful with your macros. So this is friendly for my diet. There's nothing in these spices that's gonna be problematic. All right, that looks good. So I'm gonna pop this into 350 degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. All right. Good luck, guys. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. I'm gonna turn the oven off. Grab my chicken. Probably a good idea to put on hot hands made from scratch. Grab these, that looks good. Usually I let these cool down a bit, but it's time for me to eat right now, shockingly enough. So I'm going to put some of these, I think 60 grams worth of protein of these into a bowl, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Alright, let's give it a taste, see how it is. It's good. It tastes like I'm gonna stick to my diet is what it tastes like. So give it a shot. It's Cool Ranch chicken breast. Let me know if you try it out. Let me know how you like it in the comments.